Hello, I'm Phil Ernest, and this is my 69th country, Panama.
Never lost rumor with Phil Ernest.
The first thing I did upon arriving in Panama City, Panama, was to hail a cab to take me to the old quarters of Panama City. The cab ride cost me $25 US. Okay, so the plan today is to take 3 hours out of my layover and tour this city. I plan to eat lunch and also take footage and showing you what you could do if you have a long layover at the airport. My layover is 6 hours. I'm going to try to see this in 3 and make it back to the airport in plenty of time. Look at this. Really nice little circle here. This is where cars start to enter in, drop you off, and then you can walk around this little area. So you could say this is the outer skirts where it just starts to begin for the walk. And across here, you'll see the beach area. So something neat to look at, like a pier. And then the big city, Panamanian city skyline right there. Let me go take a little closer look around this area and show it to you. Again, they got souvenirs, and look at, they got the beach area there and the skyline here, palm trees blowing in the wind. And looks like this was some type of a possible stage activities they do things at. Okay, so this is the old quarters of Panama. Check this out, how narrow these streets are here. Walking, looks kind of like Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Kind of has that feel of it, of the New Orleans old. And you could get a good view of it here. Look at that. Okay, so this is the Plaza Cathedral, where all kinds of things are happening right here in the center of the old quarters. Looking at these old colonial classic buildings, and we're surrounded by them. Just a really, really great place here. Really nice. I enjoy this cathedral. As you could see here, people selling the souvenirs all around. And this is the Plaza Cathedral in the old quarters. Let's go in and take a look at it. Church is here in the old quarters. Look at this. Beautiful inside. Wow. Pristine, big white pillars. Kind of a Baroquean style church. Look at that pipe organ. Incredible. Never seen anything like that. That huge and that big in a church. And here's the altar up here. Look at this. This is incredible. With all the gold looking around here and this, the front of the altar. This is really an incredible work of art, architecture. Really, really nice. Totally impressed. And then over here is the Virgin Mary, Mother Jesus, and a little staircase leading up to it to get an up close and personal look at her. That is incredible. Well, Panama City is really hot, hot, hot right now with the weather. These little narrow alleys make it cooler, a lot cooler. As you can see, shade up there. So it's a cool place to come, literally and figuratively, to escape some of the hot Panamanian heat. Whoa, look at this. Really nice. Oh, look what they did. Incredible. I like the vibe that they laid down here. As you see, we can't get in, but we can sure take a picture of it. Look at that. Pretty neat. Really nice church. And carrying on with my little walking tour, heading this way. Look at this. Nice old quarters again. Love these little hanging out these the balconies here. They got the plants arrangements. Look at that. Really a lot like the old French quarters in New Orleans. Has that vibe. And here's a church. Let's see what this thing is. This church is like up here. Okay, look at that nice old bell. Let's see if this is open. Looks like it may be. So this is the Church of San Jose. Look at this. Really nice big gold altar. And they got the crucifix of Jesus Christ right here. Really nice. Find something very interesting here. Notice the center. It's kind of like they have like a swinging door right here, where maybe when Mass is in service, I'm just guessing, this is opened up and Christ is there. I'm not sure, but that is really fascinating. Wonder if you can only see that if you attend Mass. kind of has that feel. Look at the old classic stained glass windows here. And then back here, as we saw in that other church that had a big pipe organ, here you don't see that, but you see this nice little pulpit here for the priest. Another old classic church in these old quarters. And this is just stepping out of the old church here. Look at these quarters. Again, more classic look. I love the way they've restored this place and kept it up. And just right in front of this church where I was just at, check out this road here. More colonial classic buildings on this side. And even on the other side right here, look. Look at these. Ah, this is beautiful. Keep in mind, these are working streets. Cars do come, so you don't want to get caught not paying attention when you're in this area, because they will mow you down. Look at this, how narrow these streets are. One car coming this way, another car coming that way. Look at this. Really neat. Let's go over here and see what's around this corner. Looks like they have a lot of restaurants here. All right, and here's another little center of the town plaza, across from these old colonial buildings. Let's go see who's on the horse up here. This is the old General Thomas Herrera, back in the early 1800s, riding his horse to victory for Panama. Look at the view here from here. Really nice. Look at these buildings here. Wow, on both sides of it. Both sides of the street. This is more like the restored side, and this side over here is a little bit more, needing a little more work. However, this building here looks really nice. So, old quarters of Panama is definitely not disappointing. It's well worth a see if you're coming. Right here at this intersection, look. That's a church that I was at, the first church I was at. Check this out, another church right there. Hopefully that one's open, I can go look at it. Looks really nice from the outside. Hard-working guys here. So, let's see if I can get in possibly into this church right here. Look at that. Wow, really neat. Is right across from this church. I really like how white and pristine this church looks from the outside. Let's see how it looks in the inside. There we go. Whoa! Another classic looking church. Here it is. Look at the ceiling up here. Old classic wooden ceiling. They have balconies up here with the stained glass windows. And around they even have a pipe organ. Whoa, look at that. Didn't see a pipe organ coming in this church. And another, what looks to be a swinging door right there. Really nice. So interesting about these churches. You never know what it's going to look like on the inside, judging it from the outside. Look at this. Whoa, look at this building. Coming to these quarters, you're certainly not going to be bored. There's enough to keep you occupied here. Sightseeing, picture taking. Every corner you turn is a postcard in the making. Just really beautiful. I'm gonna stop down and eat a little lunch here, and I'm gonna find a place right over here to take a little lunch break at. And this is the restaurant I'm gonna choose right here. Nomada Eatery. Right here near the pier area. All right, man, I'm gonna try this burrito out that they have here. Let's see how this burrito goes. Look at this thing, packed with a whole bunch of stuff in it.
If you're enjoying this video and finding it informative, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel.
This is their Panamanian beer. Whenever in a foreign country, I do make it a point to drink at least one of the local beers in that country. And the one I've chosen today is called Atlas Golden Light. This is the Atlas Golden Light made and brewed in Panama. Another really cool looking plaza around here, and it has a big old statue out in front. Wow, look at this tree. Pretty neat. Hopefully the church is open. This is a hot spot for eating and mingling. These buildings right here. So you can literally get yourself lost here and not be bored at all around this little area. The old quarters is happening here in Panama City, Panama. This may be the biggest, best church in the quarter. Like that big old steeple right there. See what it's like inside if we can get in. Wow, look at this church. This has all the modern stuff. Wow, look at this. Huge, big white walls here. And then look at the front. Oh, very simple. Just like a mosaic up front, a big painting. Whoa, but really high ceilings in this. Like a broken style with a great big glass outer side. This is an incredible looking church from the outside and even on the inside. Never envisioned it to look like this. And again, just taking it for the architecture that it has in here. Look at that big mosaic right there of Mother Mary, and then the altar right there. Look at this. Beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Just so simple, but just so pretty and pristine. So here's the National Theater also. Look at that. Nice building here, right in the middle of, next to this church. Looking up at it, the one I was just in from the outside. Look at this cool place. Wow, what is this? Look at this church. Look at this building right here, right in the middle. I bet you this has a real interesting story. Like they refused to sell and something like that, family owned. It's incredible. Wow. Really fascinating place, this plant right here. Wow, pretty incredible. So this is really, really neat. See this big old plant, bougainvillea here? And it all comes from these skinny little legs from this trunk right here. Look at that. That's really neat. I love that. Just right on up the way and then blossoming out. So pretty. So the littlest, skinniest little plant in all of the area, and it's putting out beautiful flowers. This is the heart of where you could get something to eat right here near this big old centerpiece next to that church that I was just in. And here's another plant overtaking this building from this side of bougainvillea. Come upon here, and here's a little church right here. Really neat. It's almost like it's hidden from everything. But this church is really nice. Look at this. Another classic church. Big old arches. And this doesn't have any big pipe organ in the back, but it has a big, beautiful wooden door. You go to the front here, and then look at the ceiling. Look how cool that looks. Really nice. Proof people actually live in these little quarters here. People doing their laundry and hanging them right outside here. So, and actually people living in these little quarters as well. So it's not just a tourist district only. It's actually a functional living part of town that people live in. At one point, they had an actual little train that would go right through this area. It's no longer in service, but look at this. Really neat. It's a restaurant and also a hotel right here, the Central Restaurant.
Okay, so that will more than do it with my walk around the town of the old quarters in Panama City. All totaled, I spent 3 hours walking around the town, and now I'm heading on back to the airport with plenty of time to spare to catch my next flight out of here. If you'd like to see my other videos of Central America, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.
Never